everyone, my name is Ashley Nollette and I will be presenting my design for the community clinic in Wexler's Pediatrics. Before jumping into our presentation boards, I would like to discuss the nature of the facility and address the client's needs regarding each floor. This is a federally funded project located in Lake County, California. The community clinic will be utilized by a large scope of patients but will focus on pediatric wellness and immunizations in addition to geriatric and routine senior care. This includes providing care for both average diagnosis and more severe conditions such as broken bones, mental and developmental disorders, cancer, substance abuse, dental care, and Alzheimer's disease. And in order to accommodate this treatment, the facility will require an X-ray and darkroom space. Following, the community clinic will also participate in community education events such as workshops, trainings, and blood drives. Therefore, it will require a flexible space that can occupy at least 30 individuals. The second floor physician's office, otherwise known as Wexler's Pediatrics, will share a similar schedule to the community clinic, staffed 5 days a week from 8:30 to 5:30. However, the clinic will remain open one evening per week. Given the relations, staff among each floor will volunteer on a rotating basis. They will utilize the pre-existing stairway on the north side of the facility as a private space or private staff access. In order to maintain an efficient traffic pattern, office and staff spaces will be adjacent to the stairway. Though each floor has special considerations based on occupants' needs, room requirements remain similar. This includes providing an adequate amount of exam rooms, office spaces, alcoves, general medical record-related storage, ADA accessible bathrooms for patient and staff members, labs, consultation rooms, medical dispensaries, and additional staff environments such as lounges. Following, there will also be a nursing station within the heart of each floor, as well as a reception at the front of each front entrance. Throughout each floor, it is important to place spaces in close proximics based on their needs. For example, the nursing station is placed in a space that provides easy accessibility to patients as required, but it also is nearest to the medical dispensary, lab, and ADA patients' restrooms because they all correlate among one another. When laying out the facility, it was also important to focus on traffic patterns and privacy amongst guests, patient, and business spaces. As for the guest spaces, there is a large waiting room available with durable and comfortable seating. There is access to the front reception, a specific ADA restroom within the waiting room, so that they do not have to enter past the patient entrance, and a coat closet available. Upon walking through the patient entrance, occupants have 2 paths they may take. This was done to separate patient and business-related environments, providing security among staff members and privacy for exam rooms. Within the business environment, there is access to the staircase, as discussed previously, as well as the staff ADA restroom, lounge, and various office spaces. Within the primary office space, there is also access to the medical records room, which is attached to the front reception as well. Within the clinic, the community room entrance is nearest to the staff spaces but remains outside of it. In order to maintain privacy for patients, there is a wall that establishes the height and weight alcove. The general layout for the patient spaces follows a square corridor pattern with varying corridors breaking up the space in between. Each corridor throughout the facilities remains 6 feet in width in order to ensure ADA compliance. Following, on the southwest corner, there is access to an emergency exit. As desired by the client, the overall design was to reflect the town's vernacular style and promote a healthy atmosphere by adjusting environmental elements. This includes providing adequate and artificial lighting throughout the entirety of the spaces, appropriate acoustic and privacy solutions that add in design, and addressing the occupant's comfort within the space throughout the selected furnishing and finishings. For my design concept, I wanted to promote a soothing atmosphere for occupants, as healthcare facilities are typically visited during times of high stress. Along with focusing on environmental factors, I wanted to incorporate design features that reflect natural elements. Each floor, I utilize a similar layout and design approach in terms of these solutions. However, they vary based on the client's needs. Within the clinic, I utilize darker tones of greens compared to the light-hearted solutions within the pediatrics facility, as it requires a more mature atmosphere for the type of patients. All wall solutions are provided by Sherwin-Williams due to their low VOC levels. For my flooring solutions, I utilized a Nature Life heterogeneous sheet in chocolate cherry because of its sustainable nature and antimicrobial and antifungal properties embedded into the structure. This flooring selection complements many of the furnishing solutions within the space and contributes in the design concept by incorporating wood textures. Falling, I also use Pandamo's terrazzo flooring as a way to separate spaces throughout each facility. Combining these flooring solutions in a simplistic pattern as shown within the presentation will also allow for the space not to feel overwhelmed with wood patterns, yet still adds an interesting touch. For the furnishing selections, I went with an assortment of average guest seating and bariatric guest chairs for various patient needs. These chair solutions will also be found within exam rooms and consultation rooms. Their finishes will have an accent of rustic cherry and cream vinyl to remain easily maintained. There will be end tables provided for guests as well. For the reception desk, measurements will reflect ADA compliance and utilize a slate countertop with a reclaimed wood base. These elements will also be found in casework throughout each facility to remain cohesive. For staff seating, ergonomic chairs will be provided for comfort. Additional guest seating will also be available within the community clinic for events. The seating will be easily maintained and stackable for flexibility. Within the exam rooms, the bed will also be a power-operated solution to diminish injuries, and the finish will be in an adobe vinyl for sanitation. As stated previously, Wexler's Pediatrics remains similar in design concept, with lighter furnishing and finishing selections to provide a childlike atmosphere. Within the exam rooms, there is a significant change to reflect a nighttime camping theme. They will feature custom wall murals that complement the design, and a different finish in terrazzo flooring that ties the mural together, making it resemble water as shown in the provided sketch. The exam beds will also be vital for sanitation purposes. Moving into our lighting selections, the general lighting source will be recessed in 2x2 Trofer LED lights as they are more welcoming than fluorescents. Within the waiting environment, I would like to utilize a simple Chapman fixture to complement a custom piece of wall art. Above the reception and nursing stations, I plan on featuring a camera suspension LED light in a wood finish as it adds to the design concept. Following, unique brown Geordie puck ceiling and wall lights will be distributed throughout the facilities, ranging in size as accent lighting. All lights will be set on a daily timer and utilize LED bulbs to remain energy efficient, but will also have access to a switch if necessary. For rooms such as the staff lounge and private offices, sensors could also be used to cut down on energy as well. As for acoustics, 2x2 Echophone panels will be utilized throughout the majority of the facility to ensure privacy room to room. Within the waiting room, acoustic ceiling clouds will be utilized to complement the Geordie puck lighting solution and add depth to the design. For privacy and security, there will also be it will also address utilizing motion sensors, security cameras, next touch technology locks on restricted spaces, and locks on all the casework within the exam rooms. A general locking system will be provided on the entrance and among storage spaces, and the emergency exit will remain locked from the outside at all time. In regards to wayfinding solution, directional ceiling signs will be utilized among corridors, and various room tags will include necessary figures in written braille. Safety solutions will include LED emergency exit signage, accompanied by LED and sound systems throughout the corridors of the facility to fit all patients' needs. Extinguisher casing will be flushed to the walls to maintain the appropriate space. and there will be manual fire pools available. Lastly, combo detectors and a sprinkler system will be utilized as well. Moving into ADA compliance, it's an important aspect of the design to the clinic and the physician's office. In addition to having the appropriate clearances within corridors and casework, all restrooms will comply to ADA standards. This includes utilizing the proper fixtures within each and complying to all typical clearances. Also, all doorways throughout the facility will be 3 feet aside from the 6-foot door at the entrance of the facility. Overall, I believe that my design meets all the all of the client's requirements and provides a unique, relaxing environment for occupants. I thank you for your time and appreciate any feedback.